Thanks for joining me in some Skyrim with the Requiem overhaul, and here's where I'm at right now. So I went over pretty early and joined the Mages College, and then I went and did Bleak Falls Barrow, but for whatever reason, I'm not sure if this is a change with Requiem 3.2 or if it was just a bug in my game. The final room of Bleak Falls Barrow only had the one guy in it, which was kind of weird and anticlimactic. So I don't even know if I'm going to bother to upload that particular video because it's just not much to look at. But I'm now level 5, and I've been able to train up Illusion into the mid-20s or so. And so it's starting to be a little bit effective, but I'm missing a lot of the really essential skill books. Like I don't have Blur or Muffle or Dampening Rune or any of those things that start to make Illusion pretty effective. And so I'm trying to gather up some more money so that I can buy those as well as continuing to train every level. Yikes, just got hit by an arrow. Yeah, so my goal is to get some items, then I can enchant them because I've got a decent stock of soul gems, and then I'll be able to sell those and make some money. Let's fix up my inventory, and I think I'll just fall back on some destructive magic here because illusion is not all that helpful in this particular circumstance. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to clear out a couple of bandit camps and just see what I find, and hopefully it'll be some stuff that's worth enchanting. I'll be able to continue leveling that way, make some money, and then I'll proceed from there. So here we are at White River Watch, one of my favorite early bandit camps to do. Got a lot of good alchemy ingredients in here, and even though I'm not investing perks into alchemy, I still want to create potions and gain some levels and some cash that way.
Boss was looking for you, said he'd be up at the summit. Better not keep him waiting.
And I should be able to get through this, I think, without great difficulty as long as I play with at least a little bit of care. And I'm just going to loot all this stuff. I'll sort out later what it is that I want to keep versus what I want to get rid of. And I am still using a crossbow at this point because my illusion magic is not yet powerful enough to be reliable against every enemy that I might run into, so this is just a way to continue advancing forward. Okay, so here I think I want to use an enraging orb rather than a crossbow shot. If I could get them fighting each other, that would make my life a ton easier. Okay, that's what we want to see. And maybe I can finish off the winner with my crossbow. And I'd really like to not have to deal with this crossbow guy, but it looks like since I missed, I'm going to have to get him with the wolf. And I think that's another crossbow I see back there. That didn't do anything. Okay, that crossbow came very close to hitting me. Let's hope that a wolf can get in there and do some damage. And I don't want to go too far into this room because I'm concerned it'll wake up the guys in the next zone. Okay, the wolf gets the job done. I think I'll just go back through this after I finish clearing the enemies, and then I'll do my looting of all the items then. Ebony ingot. That's kind of a rare find. So I think I've got one perk in Sneak at this point, and it's been enough to let me get through undetected, at least occasionally. Oh, that's irritating that that didn't. Okay. I've enraged 2 of them. Now I think I just want to make some distance and hope that they fight each other. Let's pop a magic potion. because I may want to go invisible if I continue to be pursued. Stick that on number 8. Oh. And I need to be moving at walking speed because my illusion is still quite weak. And that is draining my magic, which is unfortunate, so I think I'm just gonna... I don't think illusion is really viable for me at the moment because it doesn't really help me get ready for the next enemy when it's draining my magic all the time. So we'll just go to our backup skills. Okay. And I accidentally picked up a war axe, which I don't want because it may over-encumber me. And let's see if we can raise dead this guy. No. Yeah, I'd really like to get a more effective minion on my side. Because while the wolf is very easy and convenient to use, it has pretty weak damage as well as hit points, and it doesn't last very long. So I'm just going to quick save right there. And
what was that?
Good, by backing off for a little bit I lost aggro and I was able to get a sneak attack in.
Over here.
And I would like it if my zombie would go and fight them. Alright, I took a pause to answer the door, but let's wrap things up. That arrow was much closer than I want it to be, and I need my wolf to go and actually do something. Okay, that took down the archer, but there's another one. I can just barely see that guy. Okay, that was kind of a lucky shot with the crossbow, I'm willing to admit. And now it's just the final guy, and we're on to the looting. One advantage of killing this little named boss is he has a set of enchanted gauntlets, which, while they're not useful to me because they boost two-hand damage, if I disenchant them, I'll start being able to enchant gloves with something which I can't currently do very effectively. And on the chance this takes more than one try, I'm doing a quick save. And here we're going to the backup skills. Okay, well, clearing that out took more tries than I would have liked. I'm not going to show all of them because, yeah, it was kind of... I got killed by arrows a number of times, basically, and what I gauge from that is that I'm definitely a bit under-leveled and under-geared. So I think before I continue doing other bandit camps, I'm going to go do the Dark Brotherhood so that I've got slightly better equipment to work with. I'll have some sneak boots that will muffle me, and the hood perhaps to use while I'm sneaking. So back shortly with more bandit camps. Alright, coming back a few minutes later, I've gone and joined the Dark Brotherhood and just done a little bit of crafting, gotten myself up to level 8, and so I'm feeling a little bit more capable now, even though my illusion spells are still probably pretty weak. They're more likely to be effective now, and I've got a lot better ability to sneak wearing the shrouded shoes to make myself more quiet. So yeah, I think we're still in crossbow mode because looks like that one's in crossbow mode too. I was going to say because I need to be able to empower my enrage spells before they're actually going to do much, and at the moment I don't think they're going to be all that effective. Maybe I can raise Bandit though. Nope. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save right there because this Bandit chief has killed me many a time in the past. And yep, this is just all part of the plan to eventually get our illusion spell up to where it's going to be useful. And this cave, I don't think has any particularly great loot to be found in it. I can't even open that chest at the moment, I think. Well, maybe. Maybe my one perk in lockpicking is good enough. Great. And found some useful crafting items and a gem. Very nice. And I can just see the head of a bandit through that gap. That was a miss. Nice way to get a level up in stealth. And I think it's going to be too high level to cast Fear, so I'm just going to have to rely on hiding and the all-powerful Fire Sparks spell. So that went very smoothly. Let's just not step on the trap. Recover Omrid's family sword and Office Robes of Conjuration. Decent. I don't think that's particularly helpful to me. And yeah, after that we're on to our next bandit cave. So I rode my stolen horse over to Rorikstead. I'm going to turn in Sadia to the Alakir on this particular character just for some easy gold. But I still want to do Swindler's Den because it's a nice, enjoyable little bandit cave. And there's a pretty good chest at the end of it, which will hopefully drop me some good loot. And getting some nice value out of this steel dagger that I picked up in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. I'm hoping to upgrade my dagger into a better material at some point, but for now, this is perfectly fine for stabbing fleeing enemies in the back. Exactly the sort of combat that I signed up for as an illusionist. And I'm hoping to get a level up which will allow me to perk out my illusion spells a little bit better than where they're at right now. I hope that the enrage effect worked on at least one of those bandits. Excellent. It's a little bit unfortunate that the fight is carrying them into the next room, but I'm pretty much okay with that outcome. And I can't unlock that chest. And oh, that woke up a lot of enemies. This guy doesn't seem to be taking very much damage from my fire sparks. Maybe I need a different approach there. Enrage didn't really do what I wanted it to in that particular engagement. Maybe I'll just try and snipe one of these guys and fight the other one straight up.
I'm not sure I like these Alakir warriors hiding out here. Someone
there? Okay, well, that wasn't the most creative solution to the problem, but it worked out quite a bit better. And I think I'll take this opportunity to eat a cabbage soup that I picked up off some guy earlier. Just to make sure my magicka regen keeps up. Really worried about getting plugged with that arrow, and I missed my shots. Going into this corridor is a pretty bad spot because there's no way to dodge around and avoid the arrows. And that bandit apparently does a lot of damage. Really killed my wolf very fast. And I just didn't even see that one coming. Okay, it's a little bit unfortunate that one of them's ranged and one of them's melee. Maybe I can make one of them run away and then fight this one instead. Or I could just stand there and, you know, get killed in one hit. Okay, let's fear the archer and let's try and get good, not just outside of this guy. Okay, now let's see if this guy's low enough level where I can raise dead him. Nope. And the dagger is looking pretty good at the moment. I think I just found a better one. That's a very small upgrade, but I'll take what I can get. Still no good. Okay, there's an archer at the top of the ramp, so I really don't want to go in there. I think I'm going to drink a magicka potion and then try and enrage one of these guys. My wolf is being totally unhelpful. Just gonna wait for a second while my magic regens. I think I'll quick save here in case I come around the corner and just instantly die. Step 1, don't miss. Use another one of my junky homemade magic potions. So I'm going to cast my wolf. Hopefully it'll get in there, and then that'll give me an angle where I can cast an enrage. Okay, now my wolf is standing there and getting me killed. Oh, maybe I should have gotten a skeleton instead. It's very frustrating that it's being summoned behind me. Okay, that's a little bit more like what I wanted to know. Except getting instantly killed by a crossbow. I really need to buy a blur tome so that I don't get killed by arrows quite so miserably fast. It's very frustrating. And that appears to have done nothing. Oh, well, okay, it worked. Take down a magic potion. And there's a crossbow guy standing at the top of the stairs. How do I want to go about that? I don't think there's anything I can raise dead here, so my options for minions are pretty weak. I could just try and wait him out and hope that he'll come around the corner. So I am picking them off slowly with these enrage effects, so that's moderately effective.
No more. I yield. Yield.
Ah, run. I saw that bow getting drawn, like, out of there. And, alright, the wolf is maybe gonna go do its job, but it just seems like the pathing in here is really awkward. Maybe I can enrage something else here. This corridor is just really terrible terrain for me. And it seems like they're all just stuck on each other in this dumb corridor. Hopefully at least one of these enrages will actually do something. Okay, good. It sounds like one enemy killed the other one. Light them up for a little bit. Not get ourselves killed by the big two-handed guy. And I'll take some bottled water that I'm going to turn into the stew later. So there's something else lurking around here, but I don't know what it is. Probably it's just a guy who's in retreat mode, but I'm going to play it safe and cast my wolf and hope it actually does something useful. Take some crafting material. And that is basically as much as I need to do, because I don't intend to fight Kanatu with this character. He doesn't have any loot that I'm likely to want. That fight is quite hard, and I've died plenty of times doing this already. So yeah, after this, my next big priority is to go and get Blur, so that I've got some arrow resistance. Because dying that many times to bows and crossbows isn't very fun.
Avoid any more bloodshed. I think you and I have some things to talk about. What do you need? She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion.
I'm pretty sure that Sadia is in fact the bad guy.
Resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell.
So
They want justice.
I'll just leave them be and move on to my next Bandit Cave. So I just finished killing Anodius Poppius as part of the Dark Brotherhood questline to pick up some easy gold. That happens to be right near this cave, which I can't remember the name of it. I know it's normally part of the Thieves Guild extended questline, but it seems like a reasonable spot to try and gather up a little bit more loot and get some experience. It might be a little bit higher level than the Bandit Caves I've been doing so far. And I think I saw a spell in that guy's hand. So I'm going to have to approach this kind of carefully. Uttering Hills Cave. That's what it's called. And this guy's actually got some pretty good stuff. My equip weight is getting a little high. I think I'm going to have to dump some items. But yeah, let's give this little Bandit Cave a shot. I'm gonna cast my Healing Aura spell. Who knows? Maybe it'll help. And I'm still not all that confident in the ability of my illusion spells to actually affect the enemies that I'm going to run into here. But I'm going to quick save a lot and give it a try. And if I remember correctly, both of these paths lead to the same place. Ah, I didn't get around that guy in time before he turned around. Oh. And I didn't see that second one coming up at me either.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
And I'm going to get clear of that little fight that's happening. Definitely good to have the dagger to finish them off with. That went pretty smoothly. And keeping up with the theme of quick saving regularly because I still don't have any good defense against arrows. I'm not sure if that had any effect or not. And that's why we quick save. That power attack comes out really fast, wow. And I'd like for them to fight it out so I don't have to get involved. Does not appear to be doing anything. Oh, okay. That's doing a disappointingly low amount of damage. Maybe I can reanimate this guy, but then again, he didn't really seem very effective in that initial fight, so he's probably not going to be all that much better reanimated either. This heavy armored guy, on the other hand, if I'm able to reanimate him, could actually be a useful ally to have. But I probably don't have time for that. And there's no way that that was all of them. Just absolutely no way. There must be something harder hanging back toward the end. Because I don't think any of those felt like a bandit chief. So the question is, do I go for the crossbow shot, or do I go for the enrage? I think the correct move is to go for the enrage. Okay, turns out the enrage was not very effective, and dead. And that's kind of what it's like being a mage in the early game. You just get killed a lot. This time we're going with the crossbow. Step 1 is to actually hit them. And that's probably the bandit boss off to the side of me, and I don't want to fight both of those at once. Summon my distraction wolf. Try and get him with fire. And that went fine. I wonder if I can raise dead this guy. That would be handy. Nope. I attempt to hit spell. And the dagger is pretty inadequate for these heavy armored guys, but fire gets the job done. Gold and a health potion, all very good. I know there's someone still off to the side of me over here, but maybe they're already injured, which is why they haven't charged into combat. And that is that. So I'm next going to head back toward the Whiterun area and continue my bandit eradication efforts there. So I've picked up a spell tome of Blur, and now I'm going to make an attempt on Silent Moon's camp. Don't really want to fight the mud crabs here. I'm hoping to make a stealthy entrance, and with a little bit of luck, not get killed by arrows would certainly be a nice thing. So there's a sentry out front here. Maybe I can get him with an enrage. I'm not entirely sure if that was effective. And it was not in the slightest bit effective. I think this is where our blur effect is supposed to be going. Well, it didn't kill me instantly, so that's something. But I'm out of magicka, so I've got to retreat. Let's just pop another extremely weak health potion here so that I continue to regenerate. And I think I'll also put on my Robes of Destruction because I'm right now using the Dark Brotherhood here, but that doesn't give me any magicka regen, which I'm going to need for this lengthier fight. And maybe we can raise dead this guy and have an ally. Nope. Good news is, well, I've aggroed some of the camp, but not the entire thing. Bandit mage, so he's working off of scrolls and might not have all that many more to throw at me. But if possible, I'd like to hang back a little bit, so as not to wake up the rest of the dudes here. I just can't really see where they are. That's why we carry the crossbow. I don't want to run up there and follow this bandit just yet. I think I want to clear out the other parts of the camp first. I'm not sure where the guy that I nailed with the crossbow ended up going, but I think I'll just venture inside and see if I can take out the boss. Okay, the wolf got in the way of my enraged shot. Gotta pop a good health potion. Let's try and do that a little bit better. I think the correct play here is to just try and snipe this mage. Barring that, I at least want to confine them into this more restricted area. So luckily this one doesn't seem to have all that many perks because it's not moving all that quickly, and it gets shot in the back by an ally with the crossbow. That's just poetic justice if I've ever seen it. Yes, I will take a steel bolt. Now there's a crossbow guy standing at the end of that hallway, so I really don't want to go in there. And this wolf has just been underperforming, shall we say. I have not been very pleased with its performance. I think I'll just use fire on this one because I would like to pick up a better crossbow if he's got one. Doesn't have one. Yeah, I'm still on an iron crossbow, and it'd be great if I could find a steel one somewhere, or ultimately a dwarven crossbow would be ideal. But those are actually pretty rare to find off of bandits. Tomato soup. Pretty good. And I can't open that door anyway. Grab a few mushrooms, and we'll go back and fight Ron the Crow. Is that a key? No, it wasn't a key. Okay. So up here is the real boss, Ron the Crow, who carries a bunch of lightning enchanted arrows and is just all around a pain to fight. But he's got good stuff. So that took down one of the 4 bandits. Hopefully the distraction from that side will let me pick off a few of the other ones, because Ron himself is hard enough without dealing with his buddies. So it looks like it's just Ron the Crow left. Maybe I can get off a fear spell on him and stab him in the back. I want to make sure that that effect sticks around. Well, I guess I was in the wrong place at the wrong time right there. Let's just try that again. So I think it's probably just Ron left. I'm going to quick save here. And fear did seem to work against him. Not this time though. Okay. I really don't want him to pull out his bow. So I think being medium range is actually about as good as it gets for me. Unfortunately, I forgot to stock up on magic potions from the stash that I have on the White Skeleton. But Fire Sparks is very non-mana intensive. I can do this all day as long as I don't let him get close enough to actually hit me. And looks like Ron is a big reader, and we get to pick up Bouncer, which I'm not going to use, but it's a hilarious weapon if you do decide to use it. And I guess I'll just grab some of this steel gear to enchant. So that's it for Silent Moon's camp. I think Halted Stream is next on my list. So making my approach toward Halted Stream camp under cover of night, and the difficulty of this particular camp is really decided by whether you go at it from the front where they can mob you in a group, or if you can get around to the back near the rocks, which is a much better position to be in. So, well, okay, it looks like they've been drawn out to fight something. I'm not really sure what, but maybe that changes my plan, and I want to go in through the front to take the high ground from within there. I can see there's a sentry up here, which maybe I can snipe. And something is aggroed on me over that way. Okay, stealth. I just need to not get flanked by those guys as they come back around. Run, run, run. Heard an arrow go off. I did put the lunar enchantment on my dagger, so it's moderately more effective now. Another good reason to approach at night. So I've got my wolf to distract, and maybe I want to cast a fear spell and try and stab some dudes in the back. Wow, the wolf actually did a lot of work for me there. Took out an archer. Oh, and I want the cabbage suit too. Okay. That went pretty well. I'm surprised that's all of them. They must have gotten lured off and fought some animal or something and gotten themselves killed, but I'm certainly not going to complain. So into the camp we go. Let's not step on the rock trap. I don't want him to step on the rock trap either. Because if I get into a really tough spot, I can use the rock trap to hit the guys that I'm about to go fight. And I chose not to pick up the key because I really want some lockpicking experience. Just so I don't have to do that again, I'm gonna quick save. So having done this camp many times, here's the strategy that I like. And that was supposed to go down. This guy, I'd rather hit in the opposite direction.
Gotta have a sharp axe to cut through all that fat.
Now, assuming I can just not get killed by this guy that I enraged, I think I'm in pretty good shape. And picking up the poacher's axe, sure. I've never really gotten much use out of that, but it doesn't hurt to give it a shot. Okay, I'm going to quick save because I think there's probably an archer hanging out in the back here. And we get to pick up some pretty decent loot from this guy. Take the dwarven armor in hopes of enchanting it. Staff of Daedric Command? Wow, a bandit's carrying that around? That's actually a really great find. And with that, Halted Stream Camp complete. I guess I'll have to dump this dwarven armor if I want to loot anything, and let's see what's in the chest. Ring of Minor Striking, pretty useless, but it'll sell. And I'm going to turn all this mammoth fur into leather and start trying to level up my smithing. But after that, on to the next cave. So, I spoke to the Jarl of Falkreath and he sent me over to eradicate these bandits at Bilegulch Mine. I really should have approached this at night, but I aggroed some guys on the way over. And now it looks like one has spotted me when I made my run up on my horse. And this guy with a crossbow, I don't want to play that game. Hopefully my wolf can go do some work. And I can't really see what type of enemies there are back here and whether they're going to plug me with an arrow and I'll just die instantly. So I think this is a spot I want to quick save. And I'm going to make the attempt to raise dead this guy. Nope. I should probably just take that off of my favorites at this point because I haven't been successful in raised deading basically anything for a while. Okay, so the guy who's aggroed onto me, okay, he is not an archer, so I'm going to fear him and then stab him in the back. Just in case it wanted to wear off. And that guy is definitely going to be too high level for me to raise him from the dead, so I'm just not even going to try. And from doing this before, I know there's a decent clump of bandits up here. I'm slightly lucky that they haven't aggroed onto me yet. Wow, where are all the bandits? Okay, I must have been thinking of Knife Point Ridge, but there's got to be at least one more up here, right? No, that's it? Okay. Well, I'll just take their loot and be on my way. So I guess there's some orcish gear over here. I'll take the helmet because I want to enchant it, and I'll take the greatsword because I want to enchant it. But certainly, the boss has to be hard, right? Surely deserving of a quick save. So I think I'll shoot him with a crossbow, and then I'll follow that up with a fear and try and finish him that way. The cowardly high elf way, and that's the end of him. So for the moment, I'm pretty satisfied with where my character is at. When I started doing bandits, I was level 5. I'm now up to level 11. I think the next thing I want to do is, well, for one, I'm going to start leveling my smithing a little bit. I do have a perk in there now, so I can start getting some points there. And I'm going to go over to Windhelm and get myself the Necromancer's Amulet. That quest is pretty easy to do. So, good progress so far, and thanks for watching. I'll have more videos coming out in this series. Consider hitting the subscribe button if you're liking this stuff and would like to see notifications as I continue. And I'll see you in the next video.